A major change to U.S. immigration policy is set to take effect on April 11, 2025, and it could impact millions of non-citizens, including Canadians. The U.S. Department of Homeland Security, DHS, is introducing a new rule aimed at tightening registration requirements for foreign nationals such as workers, students, and frequent visitors. This update brings more rigorous guidelines and enforces penalties for those who fail to comply, particularly for stays exceeding 30 days. Whether you're a snowbird escaping winter or a professional planning a longer stay, understanding these new requirements is essential to avoid potential issues with your immigration status. Here's what you need to know about the upcoming changes.
Effective April 11, 2025, the U.S. Department of Homeland Security will introduce a new registration rule that applies to all non-citizens aged 14 and older who stay in the United States for more than 30 days. These individuals will be required to apply for registration and submit biometric fingerprints within 30 days of their arrival. For children under 14, their parents or legal guardians must complete the registration process, though fingerprinting will not be required until the child turns 14. Non-citizens who turn 14 while in the US must register within 30 days of their birthday and submit their fingerprints. Additionally, non-citizens aged 18 or older must carry proof of registration at all times while in the US. Failure to register or present valid documentation could result in criminal penalties, including fines, imprisonment, or removal from the country. However, a key update for Canadian travellers was included in an official notice published on March 12, 2025, in the Federal Register. Canadian visitors will be exempt from the new fingerprinting requirement, which applies to other foreign nationals. This exemption covers Canadians entering the US for extended stays, including those visiting for business, tourism, or seasonal residence. Although Canadians won't need to provide fingerprints, they may still be required to register, depending on how they entered the US and whether they received a Form 194. While the requirement to register has existed under US immigration law for many years, it has not been actively enforced. The 2025 rule represents a significant shift toward more rigorous internal monitoring of non-citizens by the US government.
This video underscores the distinct circumstances of Canadian travelers, who represent a substantial portion of foreign nationals lawfully entering the United States by land for extended stays. Unlike air passengers, many Canadian non-immigrants who cross at land ports of entry do not receive a Form 194 upon arrival. This gap in documentation is particularly common at land borders, where the issuance of Form 194 has been historically inconsistent. The Canadian Snowbirds Association has noted that while Form 194 is typically generated automatically for air travelers, this is not always the case at land crossings. In these instances, travelers may be unaware that they have not been registered and are now required to take additional steps to comply with DHS regulations. As a result, well-intentioned individuals who follow all entry procedures may unknowingly fall out of compliance due to administrative inconsistencies at the border.
For most travelers flying into the United States, a Form Y-94 is typically issued automatically during pre-clearance at Canadian airports. This means that if you are entering the US by air, it is unlikely that you will need to complete any additional steps to fulfill the new registration requirements. Travelers are strongly encouraged to confirm their registration status. To do so, visit the U.S. Customs and Border Protection's official I-94 website. From there, select Get Most Recent I-94, agree to the terms of service, and enter your traveler information, including your first and last name, date of birth, country of citizenship, and document number, passport number. This will allow you to check if a Form Y-94 has been issued in your name. If your record appears and includes a valid I-94, no further action is necessary. But if the system does not show an issued form, you may need to manually register by creating an account through U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services, USCIS, and submitting Form G325R. For your convenience, we've provided the official links to the I-94 lookup portal and USCIS registration page in the description of this video.
Certain individuals are exempt from the Department of Homeland Security's new non-citizen registration requirement. Non-citizens who stay in the United States for fewer than 30 consecutive days are not required to register. Additionally, holders of diplomatic and official visas, including those with A or G visa categories, are excluded from this rule. American Indians born in Canada who meet specific criteria are also exempt. These groups are protected under existing legal and treaty-based provisions and are not obligated to complete the standard registration process.
To recap, starting April 11, 2025, most non-citizens, including Canadians, who stay in the US for over 30 days, must register with the Department of Homeland Security, which includes biometric fingerprinting and proof of registration requirements. However, Canadians are exempt from the fingerprinting process. Non-citizens aged 18 and older must carry proof of registration at all times. While there are exceptions, such as diplomats and those staying for fewer than 30 days, this rule will apply to most visitors and temporary residents. Registration must be completed by May 11, 2025 for those affected. Non-citizens turning 14 while in the US must register within 30 days of their birthday, and Canadians who are not issued an I-94 must also complete the registration process. With the US government stepping up enforcement of these laws, non-compliance could lead to serious legal consequences. If you're unsure about your status or obligations, consult a licensed immigration attorney or visit the official DHS website for more information. my.uscis.gov for further guidance. Thank you for watching. Be sure to check out the related video on your screen for more fascinating content. Explore our channel for even more exciting videos. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to GlobeGazette for more incredible stories. Your support means everything to us. We look forward to seeing you in the next video.